All right, so I'm going to explain the gospel the best I know it. Uh, and I found my way to this version of the gospel when I kept hearing the gospel spoken as a certain set of facts that pertain to the life of the Hebrew man, Yeshua, that we call Jesus Christ, however you want to pronounce his name. And so I had heard over and over again and repeatedly that you had to believe this certain set of facts around his life if you wanted to accept him into your heart or to have an encounter. And I kept hearing it while I was having encounters and after I had already accepted him into my heart. And so I kept studying the Bible, and I kept asking the Holy Spirit and having conversations with the Holy Spirit and ministering to and from the Spirit of God. And so I look at the Bible, I don't look at it as a linear document, I look at it as a dynamic document. So it's always, it's everything in the Bible is a reflection, and it reflects value to each other. And a lot of people that read it as a linear document will tell you the same thing. The values, as you go through the document, they're always reflecting different values. And so even if you just look at the patriarchs and you just isolate the patriarchs, you can see how they reflect value to each other through space and time. And this is a lot of the way that I studied the life and teachings of Christ. I'm not going to say the writings of Christ because we still don't have those. There's 18 missing years there. We don't have that. Those years aren't missing. They're out there somewhere. It's very unlikely that one of the most learned, if not the most learned man that ever lived, didn't have writings. And so we don't have that stuff. But, okay, so the God spell, for me, I guess a good place to start is seek my face. Your face I will seek. Okay, so for me, that is face value. And to me, that's our Creator, our Father, our Abba is the only one that really has held our value. I don't think that your preacher could know your value. Your parents probably don't know your value. Your children probably don't know your value, although you may have a very high value to these people. They probably don't know the number of hairs on your head. We're all bracketed into this world in a much different way. And so if we were going to be led out of the world per se and worldly ways, it would take someone who knew that your particular formula. And so it boils down to asking God about that value. Seek my face, your face I will seek. For a long time, there were no mirrors on the planet. There wasn't a mirror in every house. There wasn't. I mean, there just didn't have mirrors, and so you could search the whole planet over, looking, seeking faces, and the only face that you could not find was your own face, and so that's where we get a face like the sun. A face in a reflecting pool, or look yourself in the mirror. That's just about one of the only places where you could see your face, was possibly in a reflecting pool. And so that's basically look yourself in the mirror. And so again, that's where I kind of get the face value out of that. And so as we seek our face value from God, that takes a lot of humility. And so for me, humility was a big key in this. And I'm not talking about false humility, stuff you do in front of the crowd. I'm talking about stuff you do in your prayer closet, uh, you know, stuff you do in deep meditation, that type of humility. To me, false humility has destroyed humility, and not completely. It's a little bit of hyperbole, but and so to me, the gospel is the God spell. It's the spell that breaks all the spells over your life. And when I'm talking about spells, I mean little basic things. Like we're all still saying, be less you, bless you, be less you. Our specific intention is to ask for more for each other. But that's just a basic spell. Uh, and so this one's getting a little long. I'm going to get back to another one here in just a little bit. So I'm going to stop here and pick up this in part 2.